Hi. Today marks an important step in strengthening the collaboration between AIT and MIT. So as we convene this workshop on the evidence-based policymaking, strategic foresight, and energy and climate modeling, we are not only exchanging ideas, but we will be exploring how global research excellence and regional implementation capacity can work together to address South Asia's most pressing challenges. So I'm pleased to speak with Professor Christopher Knitel, Associate Dean for Climate and Sustainability at MIT Sloan and Director of the MIT Climate Policy Center, as well as our President, Professor Pai Chili, about what this collaboration means and where it may lead. So Professor Knitel, from your perspective, what can MIT and AIT achieve through this workshop, both in the immediate term and going forward?
Yeah, so I would say this workshop is certainly a necessary step to form a deep relationship that we could collaborate on research and evidence-based policy, and that can't happen unless you know who you're working with. So from that perspective, my hope is that this will start a deeper collaboration going forward.
Thank you. And President Lee, why do you think this workshop with MIT is timely for AIT and for the region right now?
I think it's very timely because right now Asia is facing some present challenges. In particular, it's a dual challenge because on one hand, Asia is probably one of the fastest growing economies in the world. On the other hand, probably also most vulnerable to climate change. So I think this workshop is we focus on evidence-based policymaking, strategic foresight. I think that's what we need in order to engage, policymakers and also government and also industry.
So both of you have highlighted, of course, the importance of connecting global expertise with the regional realities. Presently, what strengths can AIT contribute as we explore deeper collaboration with institutions like MIT?
Well, I think AIT and MIT, we have many synergies. AIT, we bring regional computing power with our expertise in sustainability and also development. MIT, of course, leading technology and also the global research and innovation network. So I think together we can really identify some topics, some joint activities that we can work together to create tangible impact.
Professor Christopher, from the MIT Climate Policy Center's perspective, what type of collaboration with AIT could be most useful for advancing energy and climate work in Southeast Asia?
So I think two important topics that came up over and over again at this workshop was one, it's going to be necessary to adapt to a changing climate. And at MIT, we do a lot of research on technology-based ways to adapt and to inform of climate risks. The second is it's also going to be important to decarbonize. And in order to decarbonize, you need to get those carbon-free technologies into the marketplace. So how do you set up the system or set up policies that lead to decarbonization and the attraction of new technologies?
And with the MIT now establishing in the ASEAN presence in Thailand, how can the MIT ASEAN office help connect MIT and AIT and support that benefits Southeast Asia more broadly?
Yeah, so I think anytime you're doing research or trying to have an impact very far away from where you're based, you need people in that region and you need partnerships in that region. So I think the ASEAN office will have the ability to make those connections, to keep those connections going, and also have some MIT presence in the region.
Just a follow-up question to that. So after today's workshop, what would be a practical next step to maintain the momentum between our institutions?
Well, one topic in particular that came up and resonated with me is the electricity grid, the electricity system. At MIT, we do a lot of modeling of the grid, and we've created these models of the grid in the United States and Europe and China. It sounds as though there's not such a model for this region. And a model like that could go a long way in informing policymakers of the impacts of particular policies.
And President Lee, from AIT side, what would be the most useful next step to continue engaging with MIT?
I totally agree with Chris. But in addition to the specific topic, I think in general, we already identified the synergies. I hope we can continue with a deeper collaboration with joint programs, faculty and student engagement. I think more importantly is AIT is an international mutual platform, which is perfect for policy engagement. So I hope we can continue to work together on that.
For sure.
Great. So thank you so much for your responses, and thank you for Senator, and thank you for President Lee. We look forward to what comes next. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.